Jorn, why did you come to Harlow?
I came to Harlow in 1987 due to a big World Jiu-Jitsu Federation come together in Harlow Sports Center. We were 1,100 students on the mat, and Harlow at that time was a well-known town for sports facility, and we had a great time.
So it was 1988? Did you
No,
say?
1987,
1987.
in October.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you'd come from which town and which country?
Well, I came from Denmark with the Danish Jiu-Jitsu group. I was the head of World Jiu-Jitsu Federation in Denmark at that time. And we then, together with the Swedish delegation, come to Harlow, and we stayed at the Churchgate Manor Hotel.
Ah. But you must have taken a liking to the place.
Not particular to the place, but we enjoyed the weekend we were here. But for some other reason, I then reappeared back in Harlow.
But you're living here now, and so that period, the late 80s, you started working for the post office.
Well, I came to Harlow in August 1988, and I, at that time, didn't have a permanent work as such. I worked in a supermarket, but that was purely to improve my spoken English. And that took me a few years, and then in 1990 I was employed by the Royal Mail as a postman in Harlow.
And you enjoy doing that?
Fantastic job. Walking the street, getting fit while you were working, putting letters in Peter's letter. You couldn't ask for a better job.
And what about the jiu-jitsu? Did you continue?
Yes, I did continue, but my situation at the moment is I can't anymore because of my medical condition. But I promoted up to 8 Dan Jiu-Jitsu, and
was that down at the sports centre? Were you part of a group?
Well, that was a part of it, but many years have gone since 1988. So it's a slow progress to become an 8 Dan. You don't get that sort by overnight.
And your wife, when did you meet Veronica?
I met Veronica in 1989 at the same place, Harlow Sports Center. So I only have good memories of Harlow's initial start of my life.
And what is it you know, it's a long time now, isn't it? It's 29 years.
Yeah.
What is it you liked about Harlow?
Well, I must say, when I came to Harlow, I reckon there were about 80,000 people living in Harlow. Harlow is now become a bigger town. It's still a lovely town, but there are lots of foreign people in the town at the moment, and I just hope at Harlow as such will survive in that respect with that many different people around.
Because you live here on the edge of the town, or you live in the town park, you know. So
I do.
You have a lovely, if our camera swings around, you'll have a lovely view of the town park. It's a nice place to live here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a nice place, and I gotta say, I have never had any issues or problem at all in Harlow. Nothing with violence, nothing with crime or anything. So in respect to that, I think it's a question about people that get into violence and problems like that. They put themselves in that situation in many times.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that a man with a black belt in jiu-jitsu has had a problem with violence. You know, it's you know,
that I can say, Mike, that doesn't count.
No.
You as a person decide if you want to get into something. I mean, I have luckily never been in a fight in any way, so I'm lucky.
Yeah. we're interviewing people from all sorts of nations in this part of this why they came here. Have you met anybody else from Denmark who moved to Harlow?
I have met, for a long time ago, there were a man and a wife in, I think it was in Bischofsdorf they lived, but they had a factory here in Harlow where they produced postcards and posters. And they were Danish.
Ah.
Yeah.
One thing I love about Harlow is, and the reason a part of this project is individuals and characters and personalities, and I guess somebody that we both knew was your father-in-law, Jim Cullen.
Oh, he was a character.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about him.
Well, he was a man with his own mind. He was engaged with everyone. He could talk to everyone. But my goodness, don't come across him. He will tell you what is right or wrong.
Just carry on.
Yeah.
But someone like Jim Cullen, a Liverpudlian, but a real true socialist, wasn't he?
Yeah. He tried many times to convince me that I was wrong in my belief, but I respect a person's view for what they believe, as well as I have my own view. But he was a true person, and I'll give you a funny thing. We were watching football, and his team Liverpool were playing, and they were not playing very well. So Jim said, "Oh," and I said, calm down, Jim. It's only a game." And he would up like anything and said, "What do you mean? It's only a game." That was Jim Cullen.
Yeah, and of course there's that famous quote from Bill Shankly who said, "It's not a matter of life and death. It's much more important than that."
Oh, absolutely.
And even if he never said that, it's a great quote.
Yeah.
But these were real. They really cared about things, and the reason that Jim cared.
But that was the old-fashioned community spirit, and that is what I'm hoping will continue in this town, because if it doesn't continue, then you will just have a right variety of people that don't bond and socialize. Old-fashioned community spirit will continue, so it doesn't become a white city where people don't care for each other and just do their own bits and bobs.
So you're saying it has this distinctive identity. What you worry is that Harlow is probably going to expand again. You hear about plans for the new junctions, the M11, the Enterprise Zone. I've just been to a new engineering centre at Harlow College, but you're saying hope it doesn't lose its identity.
Yeah, absolutely, because you go to London, and London is only 25 miles away, but it's lovely to come back out to Harlow, where you can settle down. It's not so stressful in Harlow but it can become if you make it to a white city and people don't care for each other.
Mm. What would you say is the thing you've enjoyed most about living in Harlow and staying here?
Most of it, well, being a foreigner coming to Harlow in 1988, I go to the town centre now, I will meet people that say hello, and I think that's important. So it's really showing that the world is not really that big, but you got to be a part of it, and you got to help to make sure that it stay like that, because otherwise we become individual nobody.